Welcome. I am the Bright Queen. I am Queen Sensitivity. I am Jabria. And this is the message for today for the Divine Feminine, 1212, 1313, 3131, 111, maybe even 1818, 818, 8181. So first, I think I'm going to start off with some light language to kind of clear the air. This little line is irritating me. I'm so like little details. Anyways, emere kinasa marakuru kinanasa manasara kinanasa ishirere mana marakuru kinamasara ndandi sire kinamanasa mambandara kanada marakara kasikinama. Forward kina shara kira kina nana sara dara kuro kira sara marakura nana hasara kana masara kidan dan 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 dan. Forward kina ma anna sara kana. Amere kina sana na soro kina na sara shoro kina sere kisama shona na sara kamara kana nana sa. Ere kira orok arak nana sira kira kiro kiro kramra sardarana na sire kira soro kina mashara kira sera bre 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 brr amara ara kuro kira na sara kira mara sara kina soro kira nde sere kina marakana. So I saw flashes of the Harry Potter scene when he goes to the zoo in the first movie and he's at the glass and Dudley's like banging on the glass and he's like, wake up, like you stupid snake, wake up. And the snake doesn't move. And so Dudley moves on, but Harry stays. And Harry like starts talking to the snake. He's like, I know how you feel or something like that. I know how you feel being behind like the glass. And eventually Dudley comes back when the snake starts moving and Harry like disappears the glass. Dudley falls in, the snake escapes and says thank you to Harry. And something that always like caught my eye was that if you read the book and then you watch the movie, the snake is a different type than it is in the book versus the movie. I'm not sure which is which, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a boa constrictor and it's not in the movie. And that's really important. For me, the number 13 is strongly associated with the snake, which is also strongly associated, in my opinion, with the Divine Feminine. And it feels like there's like this energy of like gaining freedom, like in exchange for like a different part of you dying, kind of like the Ouroboros. There's like this energy of like transformation. I'm like, I don't want to say death. It's not really death. It's just like it's transforming. It is shedding though. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I have this Beyonce mug talking about this feminine energy. But yeah, soon I have to watch my nieces, so like I'll have to go soon. But I feel like that's also like important, like that I have to watch them soon because I usually don't. We're gonna start messages from this A Little Book of Fairies. Recently I've been like very much guided to like pull back in terms of my masculine energy, like really pull back and like really be in my feminine bag. And it's been very challenging. I feel like I've been doing well, but I feel like I'm also very like hard on myself even now. And so I'm always like wanting to be kind of like the best. And I feel like a part of being the best is like allowing yourself to like love the worst part of you. Because something that kept coming to my head was this scene from Silver Linings Playbook. Oh, some cards fell. With Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. And like I just keep seeing this scene over and over where Bradley Cooper's trying to like make her feel shame for like being a whore. That's also come up a lot, like being a whore, because I was watching a Monique interview and she said how she was a whore, and she turned, Jennifer Lawrence in the movie Silver Linings Playbook, she turns around when Bradley says that and she's like, there's a part of me that'll always be kind of disgusting, but I like that about myself. Like I like that about myself. Can you say the same? And like that's what I'm like feeling. I was watching Corpse Bride earlier. I haven't seen it in years. It's Up in Smoke, and I didn't know that there were like two women that like were supposed to married the same man, kind of. And I was like, which one is like the energy that I'm supposed to be like paying attention to? Because everything is a sync. And I was like, I'm both of them. Like, I'm both of them. And like, the man is like my masculine energy. And so it's like, my masculine like went, like, it was very nervous, or it was kind of like in fear because it was failing at something that it wanted to do. And so it went off into the woods to kind of practice saying, this is the movie, he went off into the woods to practice saying his vows, and accidentally, when he said them perfectly, he said them perfectly to the corpse bride. And it's like my masculine energy like kind of went and like pleaded, poured his little heart out to the part of me, like my shadow self, or my shadow feminine self, the one that's like not polite, she's not cool, she's not dressed socially appropriately, you know, things like that. And then at the end of the movie, the corpse bride turns into moths. Like, you know how moths like eat away at like clothes? It's like she allowed that process to take place. She allowed the moths to eat away at what was rotting in her. And so she became the moths, which like took on a second life and flew away. And the other bride that was human, even though they never got married in the movie, which is very interesting, she stayed with the groom, and they kind of watched the moths fly away. And it's like, because he showed up, that's what she said. He was like, I'm sorry I couldn't keep my promise and marry you like I told you I would. And she was like, you did keep your promise, you freed me. And so like that's like the message to the divine feminine. It's like she's at war with herself, and so her masculine is upset because he feels like he's not like able to like do what he thinks she wants him to do, and the feminine is like upset because she's like not being heard, kind of, or she's like waiting on the masculine. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know how to describe this in terms of myself and the movie at the same time. But then like he goes and seeks refuge with the only place that accepts him in this kind of disheveled, failing state, which is the shadow, the corpse bride. And once he like accepts her, then she leaves, like then she's free to go. We have here desire. So I'm gonna link in the description the 12/12 video I was watching before this, and it's titled like Trust Your Gut. And so I feel like the main kind of like descriptor here with this desire card is like to trust what you desire. Whatever it is your heart is desiring, it's like you're not wrong. Like you're supposed to have what you're desiring, or you're not wrong about whatever it is that your heart is desiring now. Like, it's for you. However, I feel like this is underneath these, this is clarifying these other cards, this bad company card. I'm hearing very clearly, however, it's not time yet. You have to allow there to be like space, is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing earlier, so my nieces, they amaze me every day. They just keep growing. And one of them, they're twins. She held out her finger like in her sister's face like this. And her sister was like, and her sister's the one with more teeth. And she bit her finger. And then the one that reached out her finger started crying. And I'm like, but you put your finger like in her mouth, like you put your hand out to be bitten. And that's how this feels. It feels like the internal feminine is like telling you it's not time yet. You're not wrong, but it's not time yet. You have to allow, and you also can't take action to force it to happen, to force something to come to a head. Like, by doing that, you're putting out your finger like to get bit. Is what I'm feeling. We have here this up in smoke card. There's this fear that the thing that you're desiring, the thing that you know is like yours to want, is like temporary. So you're like, this is fear that it's temporary, or you're gonna miss it. And so it feels like you're trying to like rush forward to grab it, because deep down you believe like it's not gonna last, it's not gonna stay, or it's gonna come at like the wrong time. And so that's also a thing. But it's not. This is not something that's temporary. It's actually the opposite. It's something that's gonna last a long time and be lasting, and sturdy. And that's why it's requiring you to release this fear. Because really, if you want to kind of be honest about it, the fear of like, the fearing that it's temporary is what's delaying or blocking it. You have to like completely let go. I'm seeing that movie In Time with Justin Timberlake and Amanda, I think her name is. And I'm also seeing that movie About Time with Rachel McAdams. Perhaps even the Time Traveler's Wife, that movie. This is something that I was thinking to myself earlier, because I've been having a heavy heart today. And I was like, I keep losing my thoughts as well. The energy's been very loud, and my thoughts keep just disappearing. I was thinking earlier, like the reason it can be so difficult for me sometimes to kind of surrender to like letting things happen is because I'm so intuitive. Like I'm so in there, like Greg from fucking Everybody Hates Chris. I'm so in there, dude. And so in my mind, I can see like the future. I can see these flashes, like they're so real. Like I'm in there and I can see them very vividly. And I'm like, I want to go there. Like, let's jump there. But like, I can't see like the in-between space. I don't know how I get from here to there. I don't know how to do the jump in between. And so I get like frustrated, and I don't know, but I heard something and it was like, as an eternal being, because like there's always going to be an after, right? Since we're all eternal, we don't die. The future is the past. The present is the future. And the past is yet to come. And that's kind of how like my gifts, the tip of the iceberg ones that I'm able to like hone in now, work. It's very non-linear. And so as this human person here now, it can be pretty frustrating. However, my God self like knows this very well and trusts it completely. And so it's like in that way, like you're becoming like more in tune with yourself by like trusting and having faith that what you have shown yourself will come to pass. And like I said, because there's always going to be an after. Everything is always both kind of temporary as well as everlasting, especially depending on like where you put your energy. And here that's what we have, this containing multitudes. If you've been feeling like connected to ancestors or indigenous people, if you yourself are indigenous like I am, I feel like there's something that they're trying to tell you, or there's some sort of message there. And I feel like a good chunk of it, if not all of it, pertains to there is a cycle that you're breaking that goes like back in your bloodline that you've been carrying with you all this time. Something that I was thinking about yesterday also had to do with time, because I was like, the way that I kind of like view everything, like it doesn't make sense for my age, but it's true. I can feel it. I feel like I've been here a long time, and I don't know why, but a friend of mine, or someone that used to be my friend, like told me it could be because I'm so sensitive and I view everything in like multitudes. Like I see so deeply into everything, every little moment, every little thing, I feel into it deeply. Like I remember even in high school, like before I knew anything about like being psychic or anything like that, my friend would like ask me about this guy she had a crush on, and I would tell her like, oh, like he reads these type of books, his favorite like music is this, like he has this with his parents. And like that's the way I can like gain information by pretty much anyone. It's a matter of just like just looking, just trying. And so like by that same standard, without trying, I'm constantly like feeling everybody's like whole story, whole lifetimes all the time. And so she was like, maybe like that's why. I also feel like it could be because when I go to sleep, I know I leave and I go do work, and like go and help people. And I'm saying all this like for you, but this video is for me. The other day I was in the theater, and one of the managers or something, because I've seen him before, he came up to me and he was like, do I know you? And I was like, no. He was like, are you sure? Like, did you go to like to this school? And I was like, no. And he was like, did you go to like this like event one time? And I was like, no. I don't really go anywhere except for like tea shops and like the bookstore and parks. And I was like, I told him, I was like, the reason I look familiar is because I'm like an earth angel. Like I am a light worker. I go and I help people. In my sleep, I've had like dreams that I can remember where I've literally like gone and like I see someone that's like asking for help or wanting to show me something, and I like do whatever I can in the moment. And even in my waking life, I always like feel very like responsible for helping people. Like I feel like a lot of responsibility. I was at probably now my favorite restaurant. My favorite restaurant's changing. But one of my favorite restaurants, and I had manifested going there alone and my meal getting paid for, and it happened. It was cool. And so I'm sitting there eating, and this guy, like, and this other guy comes in, they sit in front of me, and I didn't pay attention to him. And then I kind of looked up, and my energy like honed in on them. And I was like, who are you? Because I can feel everybody in there, but his was like he was like on or something. Like his energy was like, I don't know, like amped up or something. And so I was like, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna ask him what's up, this stranger. And I knew, like, before I went over there, I was like, he owns his own business, like, da-da-da-da-da. And I went over there and I asked him, I was like, what do you do for work? And he told me, and I was like, you own your own business? And he was like, yeah, it was construction. And I asked him, I was like, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm good. He's like, I'm good. And I was like, okay. And I think he was right. I think I was picking up on something that was going to happen to him. And it made me so sad. And I wanted to cry, and I wanted to be there to hold his hand, like when whatever happened. So I left, I went to my car, and I really had to like hone myself in, because I wanted to like wait there. I felt so sad for whatever was about to happen that would like break his heart, that I wanted to like be there for him, this random person. And I felt so sad. I had to sit there for like 30 minutes until I was able to like release it and calm down. And so like, this is how I live. This is how deeply Jabria lives, okay? The Bright Queen. This is how I experience my life. And this is just like 1% of how I experience my life. It feels so much responsibility. I've always felt that, especially being here, so much pressure. And that's why this task that I've been given is so goddamn challenging, to like pull all the way back and be in your divine feminine mode, which is not to say necessarily inactive, but non-masculine. Please be sure to check the description, because I'm gonna put in there a link to this video about Monique. And like I said, the 12-12 video, for sure, those are gonna be in there. But I hope everything I'm sharing, like if you're watching this, then you're like, you're one of me's, you know? And I just want you to know, like, I feel you. But if anything, this video is for me, it's for myself. And I'm doing a great job of like doing this from like a very like feminine perspective, I think. Our world, or this world, however you want to phrase it, is like super masculine. And it's like the most masculine survive. All that's changing now, of course, and it's already changed in many aspects, but I remember when I was younger, I wanted power. And I saw like all the males around me with all the power, and so I was like, I'm gonna be like them. And I remember, because I'm such an empath, I am able to mimic people really easily. That's why my accent changes a lot. I've also been thinking about that a lot. I'm like man, like how do I talk? It's many ways, because I have like my accent from Alabama, and then I have like my accent from Spring, where I live, and I have my accent from like when I stayed on campus when I was in college, and then I have my accent from like everything that I consume, like people that I watch often. I'll start saying stuff like them. And so when I was younger, I like started to emanate Six of Cups in the Moon, this energy of one of my crushes when I was in high school, who also happened to be my neighbor. So I got a lot of times to view, and I would literally like walk like him, and I would kind of like, I'd wear like black and like, you know, the ripped jeans, and like kind of try to like look as tough as possible. And I remember I hated dresses, I hated skirts. Not to say like wearing these things make you like a woman by any means, but they are like feminine clothing. I hated that stuff. And then like it wasn't until like recently, I think it was literally like when I went to China and I was like removed from like my family and all the stuff, and my friend, I remember she told me, like, she was like, you're very feminine. And I was so surprised she'd said that, because for a long time I'd like intentionally like been very masculine. I remember being in college, and this guy who had a crush on me like told me, he was like, you're so like masculine. And he said it in this kind of like a malicious kind of way, because he was mad that he liked me. But I remember being like, I know, like, I'm doing this on purpose. Like, I'm intentionally like being in this energy, and it's time to get out of it. At least so potently anyway. It's not like the masculine goes anywhere, you know? It's not like if you're not using your feet, they just walk away. They walk off your body. It's just that the feminine is very much needing to be listened to. That's why we have this moon card here. Clarify it for me, please. Okay. So, the Six of Cups, I'm trying to make sure it's the Six of Cups. And the three, it's clarified by the Three of Pentacles. So, there's definitely like this something, like I said, Ouroboros, like the past kind of colliding with the present moment. It's kind of like glitch in time. I think there's been a glitch. And then with this Three of Pentacles, which to me like symbolizes like teamwork, collaboration. And then like, you know, the Six of Cups is typically like two people like reuniting, and there's like that one guy in the back. So that's three people. I feel like the one guy in the back is like God, like spirit, like, or maybe perhaps like the union of the two energies of these two beings that are coming together. But I feel like this is external. Like this whole time I've been talking about internal stuff, like energies inside. Or, you know, I guess your energy is more than just inside, but anyway, this definitely feels like outside. And I feel like it's kind of 2 cents into this message. Is like, you have to be you so that someone else can be them, who they need to be for you. And so it's kind of like, I'm saying like an example would be like Matilda is what I'm getting. That's what I call one of my nieces. She's so smart. She reminds me of myself. Little prodigy. It's like you have to be like a kid in order for like your mother to mother you, for your father to father you. Like you can't be in this energy of like, I'm taking care of myself, but then also expect to be taken care of. And here too, it's like, I'm hearing I can buy myself flowers, but I'm also hearing like, how's someone gonna like put flowers in your vase if it's already like filled? And I'm even hearing this like, because I wasn't thinking about it sexually, but I am hearing this sexual as well, and I'm gonna be genuine to the messages that I'm getting for the most part, because I don't always want to share what I'd be feeling to share, but I usually do. But anyways, it's basically saying like someone is like overly doing it, like somebody's watching this. As I said this, my little lamp went into the rainbow mode. I think we'll keep it that way. Somebody is overly doing it solo. It's because they're like afraid that somebody else won't please them. They're afraid that like they can't get the real thing. And the guidance is even in that, like, surrender, like allow your feminine to take over. Like, she knows what she's doing and she trusts that she will be able to attract and manifest what is hers. You know, a pet peeve of mine is when people say manifest, or when people like say like close to the word and it's not the exact word. I'd be over here like, ah. And of course I do it all the time. Maybe that's like something for someone. So like I said before, we have the moon. And what I like about this deck is like the moon is turned away and the sun is turned. It's the same thing but turned forward. It's like the same imagery. And so this again is like that need for kind of like the feminine. I'm hearing the mystery, the mystic, like the kind of like fogging and like the light being dimmed and not really being able to see with like the physical eyes. So you have to walk in faith. You have to walk in trust. You have to walk by feel. And I'm hearing she really like needs you to listen to her. Like, I'm seeing the movie Nemo, and the whole time like the dad's like in control at the beginning and like telling Nemo this and that, and like, you need to listen to me, Nemo, like the world's dangerous, and like, so we have to be prepared and not do this and do this and all this stuff. And then Marlin goes on that huge adventure and is in these positions where he's not in control. Like, he's lost control, he's out of control. He has to kind of surrender, he's forced into it. And then at the end of the movie, they finally reunite, and Nemo gets like trapped in the net with the fish. And Marlin's like, Nemo, like, come out of there, like, come out, like, you're small enough where you can come out. Like, fuck everybody else. You my son, come out. And Nemo's like, no, Dad, like, I can do this. And Marlin's like, no, get out. And Nemo's like, no, Dad, like, trust me. Like, you have to trust me this time. And Marlin goes, okay. And he's like, everybody, like, you heard my son. You heard what my son said. He says to swim down. And like, that this is you. This is the feminine, like, inside of you that's like been silenced by this like overly domineering masculine of you, of me, I'm talking about myself. And like, you have to trust her. And Nemo was right. So like, take that as proof. Like, it's like blind faith, but it's like, it's not the blindness that makes it any less trustworthy. Just the same as like, if you like do all this like, you know, outright obvious kind of action, it's still not guaranteed. You know, it's still not guaranteed. You could go into a lab and like make the best coffee in the world. It's not guaranteed that anybody will drink it. It's not guaranteed that anybody will like it but you. But like, because of like our society and kind of how we've been trained, and the feminine has been so overtly dismissed, it's like nobody trusts her. And I was like, I think this is where it comes in later, but I was going on a rant kind of yesterday to my friend, as I do, and I was talking about like how nobody believes the feminines. Like, they go fucking crazy over if a masculine person like says something, but like a feminine person could say the same thing, and they're like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know. And like, everything I say like about like someone else, especially when it's passionate in that way, you know, kind of from a state of like panicked sputtering, is about myself. Like, I'm the one that doesn't believe the feminine. I'm the one that believes the masculine right away, and I'm okay with that. Like I said before, the Jennifer Lawrence, like, I like these parts of myself. In fact, I was sitting here today and I was like, thank God that happened. Like, now I get to sit here and like learn new things about myself. Like, I love a good puzzle. I'm so like analytical. I love like anything intellectual, anything intellectually stimulating. And so I'm like, now I have this to like feast on. So clarifying this moon card, this blind faith card. Cha-ching, cha-ching. We have the 10 of elixirs. And I feel like I didn't intend to say it that way, but like, I feel like it's important. Like, elixirs, what are they? Like, they're like things that elix. things that kind of like cure you. Like, they have the ability to like resolve something in you. And so I feel like a lot of the times when I've been getting the 10 of Cups a lot recently, like a lot. I think every time I've done a reading in the last like 5 or 7 days, the 10 of Cups has come out. Maybe even before then, I don't know. But I always take it as in terms of like the happy ending or like emotional fulfillment. And while that's true, it's also like sublime healing that kind of just blasts out like any cobwebs, any like old belief systems, any old like ideas about like who you are and who you can't be. And I'm hearing this like for someone, especially in terms of like your race or your gender or your culture, something like that. It's like, for example, like I'm a Black woman, and it's like Black girls don't do that. Like, I remember seeing like a video of somebody like touring solo like throughout Europe on a bike, and somebody put in the comments like Black girls can't do that, like, because all this stuff could happen to us. And yeah, I remember like when I was like going to China and like my family had all these things to say. They didn't give a fuck about me before. But they were like they don't like Black folks over there, like they don't like Black girls. And I remember even a friend recently like kept saying that about somebody. She was like, they don't like Black girls. And I'm like, who? Everybody fuck with us. That's how I was thinking. I was like, shit, like everybody fuck with me. And it's true. And that's how I feel. It's like this blasting of like, it's confidence. It's like self-assuredness. Like this feeling of like, I'm the one. And it's like, no doubt. I'm hearing like a song. Okay, it's Beyonce. She's like, we never been this far from the shore. We might not ever go back anymore. It's from the song Summer. Oh Lord, one of my nieces is crying again. She's probably just sleepy. I'm gonna go give her some kisses soon. But yeah, it's like, we're so far from the shore that you don't go back. I feel like that's also something that I've never mentioned. I don't think about the 10 of Cups, where it's like, it's not just emotional fulfillment, but it's also like sublime healing to the point where like there's no backtracking after this, which is also why like it's divine timing involved, and why you have to release the fear to like match and meet the vibration of this reality, of this consciousness state of mind, however you want to say it. I keep feeling like something here that's like wanting to speak. And so I feel like another message with this 10 of Cups card is like, it comes like as a package. It doesn't come alone. It's like, this isn't one of those things you experience kind of like in solitude. like there's someone else there with you, even if it's a bartender and you're somewhere on an island beach. Like there's someone there with you that's like divinely like orchestrated to be there with you. So for a lot of people, because we got this Six of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, this will be like a romantic partner. This will be a physical, material, 3D live person, almost said fish, that's like sharing this energy with you. Like I feel like it has to be like more than one person, because when I think about like myself, I'm feeling someone touch me here, and why I chose to come here. Like I know it's to help people. And so like everything that's like super good for me is always connected to multiple people. It's always like touching. That sounded so weird. Touching the hearts of multiple people, waking people up. Like I know that's like what I do. I know I'm hearing this now. There's a lot of confidence in this card. I'm hearing this is like, I know that everybody who meets me, they always remember me. Even if it was in their dreams. Like I said before about the guy from the movie theater. Like, I was like, one thing I can say about Jabria is that once people meet me, they never forget. I feel like I'm always sharp in their minds because of my energy, what I bring to the table, what I say. I oftentimes leave people being like, what? What did she say? This High Priestess card. Oh, the Justice card is beneath that. But it's like you're not alone. Like there's gonna be someone that's with you, alongside you, in this energy that like makes it the Ten of Cups. This random video came up on my phone yesterday when I was on the phone with my friend. So I was just like scrolling as he was telling this story. And I came across this video just popped up of someone counting $10,000. And at the end, the person like stacked out like, not $10,000, $100,000. The person stacked out like 10 grand each, like per like chunk of rubber band money. And like it was 5 on this side and 5 on this side. Am I doing the math right? 10 grand times 10 is 100,000. Yes, I'm right. But it was 5 on this side and 5 on this side. Like it was like on two rows. And that's basically what I'm trying to get at. It felt very much like joined. That's what makes it the Ten of Cups. And like I said, this doesn't have to be like, even though I'm feeling it, there's someone here. Excuse me, I'm hearing werewolf. It's very strong. Someone watching this, whoever it is watching this, it's like causing these things and this huge influx of energy. Hi, how are you? Subscribe and leave a comment. Put in the comments, I don't know, something that you think I'll know, to let me know, because that's what my intuition is telling me. There's someone watching that's like, I don't know, someone. Anyways, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic or anything expected. I do feel like there's this feeling of something unexpected here. There's energy of like surprise. But like I said, it could just be like you end up like following your heart and it leads you to this island where there's a bar on the island and you go up and get a drink. And like that person like reaches across the bar to like give you your drink and you see they have like a tattoo here and you're like, I have the same tattoo, or like I know someone with that same tattoo. Like it's like something that like connects you together. Oh my God, I just realized something. I just heard something about my tattoo. That is interesting. Okay, I will share that. 1 second, hold on. But it's like, it'll be something like that. Very divine, very like synchronistic. But yes, I only have one tattoo and it's for a reason. I remember like I wanted to get a tattoo when I was in Maine. I love Maine. If anybody wants to fly me out, fly me out. But at the time I was 17, and there you can't get a tattoo at 17, like even with, I think, a parent there, like you have to be a certain age. And so I had to wait until I got back home, and that's when I got my tattoo. But by then the idea had changed. I think Taylor Swift had released her album she'd released in 2017, like fall time, and the song Delicate came out, and I loved it. I love the idea of like asking someone, like, is it cool? Like, is it cool that I'm this way? Is it cool that it's delicate, that it could break at any moment, but I still kind of like want it. I still want to have this delicate thing. And so I got it. It's tattooed here. And I remember, like, specifically, like, I'm pretty sure I wrote this out, and I specifically asked them, the tattoo artist, to make the T look like a cross. Like, all the other ones are kind of like swirly letters, because that's tends to be how I write, as you can see with this too, like very like loopy. And I remember like saying specifically, I was like, I want the T to look like a cross, even though like at the time I wasn't like super religious or anything. And I just remembered that and how it connects to someone I know and like this psychic thing that I like picked up on. So something like that, maybe for somebody specifically, it's a tattoo. We're gonna get closing remarks. The message is to be confident in your feminine self, to be yourself like never fucking before. I'm seeing Homecoming by Beyonce, maybe just because this is here, but that's what I saw, and that's what I was feeling the energy of. Like, just go and watch like her intro of the Homecoming, where like it's very dramatic. You can feel like, it feels like a queen, an ancient queen from Kemet is about to arrive, and there's like this buzzing, anticipating feeling in the air. And when she shows her face to you, you feel like, and that's like the energy they want you to embody. Even like while in this feminine form, like we've seen your beast, we've seen your beautiful masculine lion self roar, we've seen it. It's time for your feminine. Show me who she is. The sun's coming out as I say this. Show me who she is. Complete yourself. Show me who you are. And don't look for it. Like I said, it's blind. Like, be blind. Don't look for the evidence. Know the evidence. It's like, if anybody's seen Le Petit Prince, Le Petit Prince, I don't know, Prince, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, probably not. It's The Little Prince. I'm gonna like be so upset later on when I figure out how to say it correctly. Where like, it starts off with this little boy and this adult man, which sounds strange. Anyways, the little boy is like, can you draw me a fox? And so the man like draws a fox, and he's like, no, it doesn't look like that. It kind of looks more like this. And so the man tries again. He's like, nah, it doesn't look like that. And so the man draws a box, and the kid's like, oh my God, like that's it. Cause the man's like, the fox is in the box. And the kid's like, oh my gosh, like that's the perfect fox. Like, that's how they want you to be. Like, no, it is there. No, it's in there. No, it's all in the box. You don't need to see it. It's almost kind of like this feeling of like bluff so hard that like you win the poker match, which I know was in that movie In Time. They played poker in that movie. Yeah, so I'm gonna watch this again after it's uploaded and go give my nieces kisses if they're not asleep. And I'm gonna be my feminine self. You're welcome. Thank you for watching.